Today, we're going to talk about dollar cost averaging, buying fractional shares of stocks, ETFs, index funds in order to build up your portfolio. I am Lisa J. Stocks. If you're not already, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. Now, I want to make sure that everyone knows you don't need a lot of money to get started with investing. When it comes to my portfolios, I'm adding every single day that the market is open. So today, let's take a look at this post. I invested into VTI, the Vanguard Total Market ETF, $10, Nvidia, $10. Currently, I am doing those two on a daily basis. In addition, I invested into Meta, zero point 0.1 shares added to my portfolio, SPMO, the S&P 500 Momentum ETF, zero point 0.1 shares in my IRA, and the Fidelity Large Cap Growth Index, FSPGX. I added about $22. So before we take a look at the 5 investments that I made today, let's start with the why. I dollar cost average because it allows me to take the emotion out of investing. Whether the market is up, down, moving sideways, I'm always building up my portfolios. And you don't need a lot of money in order to go about it. You can deposit, for example, $50 weekly or bi-weekly, and then break that down into investments on a daily, or if you prefer, weekly basis. For example, deposit $50 on Friday for your $10 a day investment for the following week. I take stretches of time when I do this with certain investments that I want to build up, but I can't do it year round for everything. And so I pair this with setting my alerts and taking advantage of those times when I see a significant dip in the market. But overall, this habit keeps me consistent, especially on those days when the market is red, when the headlines are scary. It keeps me on track to make sure that I'm having my money in the market. And so today is one of those red days, starting with VTI. Currently down 0.41% on the day. This investment gives me exposure to the total US stock market. It allows you to own a piece of everything from those big tech names to the small cap companies in the US. Instant diversification. This is one that I've been doing daily since back in 2022. So I've been going for about 163 weeks now. I've invested $8,193 and gained $3,046. Currently up about 37%. And I have 33 shares in this portfolio. As we can see, this current stock price is $336. And my average cost is $245.03. So this is an investment that I incorporated into my portfolio because I was too heavily weighted into those individual stocks and I wanted something for diversification and simplicity as well as stability. Next up, let's take a look at Nvidia, the world's first $5 trillion company, down 1.45% on the day. Current stock price 204.04. When it comes to Nvidia, I'm currently doing an 11-week stretch of $10 a day. I keep adding to this one because of their leadership. Nvidia has been driving the AI revolution, powering everything, data centers, robotics, autonomous vehicles. Their chips are needed in so many things, and they've been a leader in this space. I don't believe that AI is going anywhere soon, and so Nvidia's one that I have in both my taxable account as well as one of my IRAs. When it comes to Nvidia, it's rated as a strong buy with price targets on average of $233.97 and a high of $320. Two price targets that were updated just this week from New Street, $307, and Bank of America, $275. And here's a look at one of my Nvidia portfolios. When I started my challenge, I had exactly 18 shares in this portfolio, and now I'm up to 20.06 353 shares, currently up 60.19% with an average cost of 126.56. I added 0.1 shares to my portfolio today, and I'm currently up about 24%. And when it comes to Meta, they're currently down 10.64% on the day. Their shares dropped after some mixed earnings results, but my thought when it comes to Meta is that they are still one of the biggest digital advertising platforms in the world. They're investing heavily into AI. I am a long-term investor, and so I saw this as an opportunity to add to my position. Unplanned, unlike my investments into VTI and Nvidia, but saw this dip as an opportunity. And when it comes to Meta, looking on the Moomoo Investing app, 90% of the analysts rate it as a buy, with an average price target of $869 and a high of 1,117. Some recent analyst ratings from this week: Bank of America 810, Citibank 850, Jefferies 910, and Bernstein 870. Next up, two more additions that were into the IRA, like that Nvidia. We have SPMO, which I recently got to 100 shares. This one focuses on stocks with strong momentum within the S&P 500. According to an article I was looking at on 24/7 Wall Street, they suggest that SPMO could cash in on the AI boom, just like the Qs, QQQM, but with a little different flavor because of that momentum focus. So I have already built a strong foundation of an investment into FXAIX when it comes to retirement. And so now I'm sprinkling in investments like this for the potential of additional growth. This rebalances for me. Those momentum names shift, letting me capture those trends, staying diversified, but still having a strong foundation for stability. Here's a look at my SPMO position, currently at 100.4 shares. So I've been adding 0.1 daily this week. Just got it started building this one up. I'm currently up 2.45% with an average price of 119.54. Next up, let's take a look at FSPGX. And I added about $22 of this to my portfolio today. And this is another one that I've incorporated for more growth when it comes to my IRA. This is Fidelity's Large Cap Growth Index Fund. It tracks the Russell 1000 Growth Index. So it's full of those big names like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. Over the past year, it's up about 28%. It has low fees of 0.04%. And with this, those higher returns comes with higher volatility. But as I said, I have a good balance going on and I'm being mindful of what I'm adding. So this is a growth play. Let's take a quick look at this comparison when it comes to SPMO, FSPGX, and FXAIX, which tracks the S&P 500. We can see that over the last year, SPMO as well as FSPGX have higher returns. Pushing out even further, the trend remains the same over 5 years and even over 10 years. And when it comes to FSPGX, I currently have 30.037 shares and I'm up 6.36%. So I separate my accounts. I have taxable accounts, retirement accounts. I have different goals when it comes to my investing. Being consistent with small amounts adds up over time. When it comes to investing, my first priority and my focus for many, many years was strictly retirement. I want to make sure that I'm able to take care of my older self. But in addition to that, I have other goals that I want to build my money in order to achieve, like early retirement and buying my next car. So I want to leave you with this. You do not need a lot of money to get started with investing. You need to be consistent and have a plan. What type of account? What is your focus? What are your goals? What does your budget allow for? I will proudly invest any amount, $1, $5, $10. For me, it's not all about perfect timing. I want to make sure my money is in the market, building and growing. So today was a look at how I'm going about building wealth day by day. I hope this video helps to show you that small, consistent investments over time will lead to big results. If you haven't already, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can keep up with all of my videos and live streams. Drop me some comments. Let me know your thoughts on my investments of the day. Share what you invested into today. You can support the channel by joining channel membership. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.